Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to Recipes Galore. I'm going to share this video with my groups while I am waiting on people to join me and tell you what we're going to make today. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, one more. There it is. Okay. So now I need to tag my friend, if I can do that. Let's see, I may not be able to tag her. There we go. But I'll invite her to watch. There we go. So today we are making some sticky ginger garlic chicken. Now, I'm going to hold this recipe card up here to you so you can see it. This is the ingredients that you need. I'm going to read it to you. For the sticky ginger garlic chicken, we need 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger, and we're going to grind that up, and 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, and 8 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Now, that's the original recipe. But you all know me. You know I always change things up. So be ready. Now, the first thing we're going to do is get our chicken started. I'm going to pull my skillet to the front so that you can see. I'm going to use some ghee. It's coconut oil and ghee. Now, ghee is just clarified butter, but I like this better than the vegetable oil. One of my nanny families got me hooked on this, but it tastes very good, and it's less oily. So I'm just going to put a couple of teaspoons in there and turn the eye on so that, there we go. I'm going to put it on a medium high. You can see that, because it's going to need to span this whole tub. I shouldn't say tub, the whole skillet. Now, this ghee is gluten-free. And what else is it? It's gluten-free, certified organic, lactose-free, casein-free, non-hydrogenated, and 0 trans fats. So, I know some people have issues with their tummies. This is a good thing to use when you have issues with your tummies. Now, I bought a pack of chicken, and because this is a favorite and we'll use leftovers, I bought a pack of chicken, and it had 12 thighs in it. So I'm going to use all 12 of my thighs. So I'm just going to put these in here, line them up, get all this into the pot so we can get those cooking. Because we need these cooked before we can add our everything else to it. And when I say everything else, I'll get to the everything else in just a second. Now, let me move this plate and wash my hands real quick. Whatever you do, when you're dealing with raw meat, raw eggs, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. This has nothing to do with coronavirus. It has everything to do with you not catching salmonella poisoning from the raw chicken. Whatever you do, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Okay, so while that is cooking, I am going to grate up my ginger. Now, the recipe that it calls for going to make that recipe, but I always triple my ingredients because the sauce that is, the glaze that is making to go on the chicken, we like to put it over rice, and it is so yummy. Now, fresh ginger is spicy. It is almost as spicy, like as hot tasting as like a jalapeno. So if you're not into a whole lot of spice, then use a little bit of ginger and then taste it. And then if it's not hot enough for you or spicy enough for you, then go back and use some more. Because I made this so many times, I know exactly how much I like to use. Ooh, it's getting in my throat. The smell of it is spicy. So, and when you're using a microplane, please be very careful, because you can cut your hands. It will happen. Hold on, let me get my spoon. I'm getting all clogged up here. But it does smell good. I love the smell of ginger. And ginger is also good for your digestive system. So, I have a ginger tea every night to help with my digestive system. Come back here. It's trying to get away from me, and I'm not done with it. Now, for those of you who don't know what a ginger root looks like, a fresh ginger looks like, I'm going to show you in just a second. As soon as I get this done, I'm going to show you. Try not to make too big of a mess. Don't know why I chose this small bowl to put it in. But yeah, I'm done with that. This is ginger root. You can find it in the produce section, the section that I had at the grocery store. I just clipped off that little piece from right here, and I'll just put it in the refrigerator. And make sure you peel it before you use it. Okay? Now we're gonna do our garlic. Same thing. If you don't know what a clove of garlic is, this is a clove of garlic. Okay? Garlic has about 12 or 13 cloves in one bulk garlic has like 12 or 13 cloves inside. You have to peel that skin back. Now, mind you, peeling that skin back can be very tricky. So be careful. I always use a serrated knife and get it done. So depends on your deftness of your fingers. I don't trust my fingers, and it's easier to do it with a knife, so I just do it with a knife. Okay. Now let me get all this out of here. Our chicken is coming along. We're gonna. I lost one. It flew out of my hands. Be very careful when you're grating this, because this garlic doesn't take as much pressure as the ginger does. So your fingers will be down up on the grater before you know it. And trust me, I have cracked a couple of knuckles across there before. It is not fun at all. So we're almost done with our garlic. And we've done our ginger. And I'm going to flip this chicken over before we go to our next step. I made you all a promise the other day, and I figured today would be the perfect time to do it, to fulfill my promise to you. Today is going to be the perfect day to do that. All right. And rinse my hand off. Now let the garlic residue off of it. Now, let's flip that over. Now, I cannot stress enough to please make sure that your chicken is done. Even though we're gonna take it out and put it back in the pot for the glaze, please make sure your chicken is done. Eating raw chicken can be detrimental to your health. You do not want food poisoning. I give these warnings because I know beginner cooks say, oh, that looks okay. Make sure it's done all the way through. There we go. Now, for my promise. Let me get this up off the counter. I ran out of, let me scoop this back so you can see. Yeah, right there. I ran out, turn that there. There we go. Brown sugar the other day while I was cooking. So, today is going to be the day that I'm going to show you how to make your own brown sugar. And you don't have to keep running to the store. If you have some plain white sugar at home, grandma's molasses. It comes in handy. Now, start out, if this is your first time making brown sugar on your own, start out with a little bit. Grind it in, and then add more if you need it. Now, because I've done this so many times before, I always add what I think I need. Don't ask me how much it is, I just eyeball it. So that's why I tell you to start out small. Get you one of these tools. It makes it so much easier to do this. And if you want to know what this tool is, it is a pastry tool. Make pastries and pies. The other day when I was making biscuits, I made it. Let me show you what's in my bowl. See that? It's turning brown. We're making some brown sugar. This is one of the easiest ways to do this. You can do it with a fork. You can do it with a wire whisk. But I like this because it gets it all in there, all good and yummy. Y'all can probably tell I love that word, yummy. It's what I use with my kids that I work with every day. So it's a permanent staple in my vocabulary until I stop nannying, and probably even after that. See how that whipped up? You have brown sugar. And you can put this in an airtight container. Whether it be glass. I like putting it in a plastic, I like putting it in a Ziploc bag because it's easier to store. I can just throw it in my little sugar bin, my baking bin, should I say, in my pantry. I can throw it in there and voila, take it out when I want. Now, there we go, brown sugar. But it's not dark enough for me, so I'm going to add some more. I want it to be just a little bit darker and have a little bit more flavor. I like the flavor of this better than I do the store-bought. And it looks like I need to go buy some more molasses. I always keep this on hand. It's one of my staples that I keep on hand because I can get like about 5 or 6 bowls of brown sugar out of that one jar. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. No sense in double buying. Okay. I'm going to make them maneuver this around. Our chicken is cooking and doing great. And we're going to finish making this. Now, if If you have questions, please ask. I keep looking up, seeing if somebody's going to ask questions. But this is your brown sugar. And now I have enough for a lot more recipes. So instead of me paying $2 or $3 for brown sugar at the grocery store, I pay for one big bag of regular sugar, which is like $4 or $5. It depends on where you go. And if I buy this for $4 at the grocery store, that's $8. I buy the big 10-pound bag for $4. Let me clarify. The 10-pound bag is like $4 or $5. So when I buy the 10-pound bag, I don't use white sugar. Not like that anyway. I buy the big 10-pound bag so that I can make some brown sugar, because a lot of my recipes call for brown sugar. So instead of me double buying sugar, and it just tastes better to make your own, to know that you have accomplished and done this on your own. Now let me use my little tool. I love this thing. Y'all need to get one if you want to bake. Get you one. Okay, so I'm going to flip the chicken one more time because it's not quite done. But it's getting there. Y'all can go out. You have just enough time to go to the store, grab the ingredients, and you can have this tonight for dinner. And I'll show you what I'm going to serve with it besides the rice. So we got to flip this all over in here. All right. Got it. Last piece. All right. Wait a minute. Come back here. Trying to get away. There we go. Now, that's cooking. Now, I got my little 4th cup. But since I'm tripling my recipe, I'm going to take this, use my spoon, go across like that. There's one. Okay. Level it off. There's 2. And one more. Level it off. There we go. Now, I'm going to need my trusty tablespoon and get my soy sauce. And no sense of me trickling that in there, since I need 9 of these tablespoons, because I'm tripling my recipe, but you will only need 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. Got that in there. Now, the recipe calls for cooking oil. I like to use the toasted sesame oil. The reason I like to use the toasted sesame oil is because it gives it a different flavor than just regular cooking oil. It gives it that oomph that it needs. Now, I'm using this toasted sesame oil because the recipe, it's optional whether or not you want to do this, but once you finish getting the glaze on your chicken, you can sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. I like the toasted sesame oil. Let me let you look at it. It comes in many different manufacturers make it, but it all tastes the same. So, toasted sesame oil is what I like to use. I can get the lid off of here. There we go. I ran out of this too, so I had to go get some more. But we're gonna use 3 tablespoons of sesame oil. Ooh-wee. I wish I had a smell button for y'all. This smells so good. Okay. There we go. Now, if y'all know me, I like colors. I like fancy stuff. This is a wire whisk. I found it on sale at Hobby Lobby. I couldn't resist. So I'm gonna stir up my sugar, my oil, and my soy sauce. Just twist it around like this. Get it all done up. Mix the oil. Now I'm going to add my ginger and my garlic to it. And remember I said, if you're not used to the garlic, and you're not used to the ginger, you might want to wait and add it last when it gets over in the pot, because it may be too hot for you. Ginger is very spicy, and it will cause you to cough. Yeah, when it gets in your throat, if it gets caught in your throat, it will cause you to cough. But there we go. That's our sauce, and we're going to pour over the chicken. Right now I'm going to take the chicken out, and I'm going to pour off the there's a lot of liquid in this chicken, so I'm going to pour the liquid off. Oh, that smells good. Now those of you who want to get all fancy, and if you're not feeding children, you can add 3 tablespoons of bourbon, the whiskey, into your sauce. It's yummy, yummy, I promise you. I'm not adding bourbon to mine today because I have to work with some babies. And even though the bourbon cooks off when you cook it, it's still, I just make it a habit not to drink when I know I have to work. Matter of fact, I don't drink hardly at all, even if I do have to work. We don't have to work, should I say. So, well, we didn't have as much juice as I thought it did. Cool. We're going to take this out of here. Put this juice over here in my little oil jar. Pour this off into my jar. All right, now gonna take your goodness right here. Is it? Great minds think alike, Teresa. Now I'm gonna pour this in here and let it kind of just simmer for a minute before I put the chicken in there, because it's gonna get sticky. This is where the sticky part comes in. All right, I'm done with that. Y'all see that? Yeah. Now, I'm gonna put the chicken back in so it can cook. And I'm gonna turn the eye down to medium low so it can kind of simmer and get all nice and coated over the chicken. Now, while this is cooking, be sure you take a spoon and kind of just pour it over the chicken. or you can turn the chicken over and turn the chicken over and turn the chicken over. It's up to you. I like turning my chicken over because it cooks in that flavor on both sides, and you'll have enough to put over some rice, which is what we're gonna have with this. Now, there we go. And this is pretty much it. All you're gonna do is turn the chicken over. Once you get it, let it simmer for 5 minutes on this one side, then flip it over, let it simmer for 5 minutes on the other side. And voila, your chicken is ready. If you want to put a lid over it and let it simmer for longer, you can. That's a good, it kind of seals in those flavors. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to make with this. This is my sesame Asian salad. Yummy, yummy salad. And I got two things that I'm going to, the salad dressing that I'm going to put on there. This is a honey ginger vinaigrette. And this one is a sesame ginger. So that's why I like using the sesame oil, because the flavors. Can we use fish for those of us who don't eat meat? Well, I'm sure you can, Patsy. I've used a similar, it didn't have ginger in it, but it had, it's the bourbon sauce that I was telling you about. It has the same, the vegetable oil. It has 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 3 tablespoons of bourbon, and 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And you mix it together and you pour it over your fish. Now, if you want to marinate it in that, that's a good thing too. And then just put it in your skillet and let it just slowly cook. So you can do that too. But I don't know if y'all can see these little sesame seeds at the top of this thing right here. It's gonna be yummy, yummy. I'm gonna pour these two together, mix them up, and create a salad dressing, because I like this one and I like this one, but they taste so much better marinated together. So that is pretty much it. If you all have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. I like to put broccoli slaw in with the chicken. You know what? I like broccoli too. I have done that with broccoli and put some broccoli in there. But I've also used some, I wanted a slaw, well, not a slaw, but a salad. And I wanted the rice. So it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. I'm going to turn this over and let you all see it. That it's getting all nice and yummy. So I like flipping mine over, let it simmer. So it gets all nice and yummy. And you let it cook. Let it get all sticky. This smells so good. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna singe the hairs on my arm. Thank you, Teresa. It's what's gonna be for dinner tonight and tomorrow night. And probably the day after that for lunch. Because I doubt if we're gonna eat all of this. So I'm just gonna leave this here and let it simmer and get all sticky and gooey. Let the juices most of the liquid come out of there, because the longer you cook it, the more it gets sticky. You don't have to cook it that long. It's still good without it, but I like mine a little bit more sticky. So the recipe says you cook it 5 minutes on this side and 5 minutes on the other side. I like mine to cook longer because I like it to be a little bit more sticky and a little bit more like a gravy than a sauce. So it's up to you. But that's what's cooking in the kitchen today. Thank you for joining me for Recipes Galore. I probably be back maybe Saturday. I have a recipe that I am dying to try. It's called Good Morning Sunshine casserole, and it looks yummy. It looks yummy. So I'm gonna try a small one before I come on and make one for you all. Can you say what butter you use? Oh, let me show you. This is coconut and ghee. Ghee is a clarified butter, but it is, I'm gonna hold it up. Whoops, let's see. I know you can't read that backwards, but I'll read it to you. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, so you get, I'm gonna read this to you. Get the best of both worlds with this flavorful organic blend. Enjoy the rich, buttery taste of ghee, coconut goodness, and longer shelf life of cooking oils. It's certified organic, lactose-free, gluten-free. I think I'm saying it's red, casein-free, non-hydrogenated, hydrogenated, blah, blah. Anyway, no hydrogenated fats, zero trans fats. And you store it in a cool, dry place. You don't have to put this in the refrigerator unless you want to. I like keeping mine in my cabinet, and it's kind of a, let me show you, because it's hot in here with this thing going. You see that? It kind of looks like butter. Smells yummy. And they have it in several different, you don't have to buy it with coconut oil. You can buy it just ghee. I like coconut oil for cooking and olive oil for cooking. So when I found this one with the olive oil and the coconut, I don't use it for everything. But certain things that I want that flavor in there, I use it. When I'm making pancakes, I use this because it gives that coconut buttery taste. And I love that on my pancakes. So it's starting to thicken up over here. That's gonna be some good eating, y'all. So let me see, do I have any more questions? Let's see. Let me see if I have any questions. Thank you, Magdalena. Just tune in what's ingredients from the bowl. Okay, so the ingredients in the bowl for Miss Natasha. The ingredients in the bowl is 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 cloves of garlic, and I ground it with my microplane, and 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger. Now this is a ginger root, and just in case you don't know what it looks like, you can look. They have smaller ones, but I like the bigger ones because they're easier to peel. The smaller ones have the little roots coming out of them, and I'm like, oh, this is frustrating. So I have to cut off this one and peel that little bitty piece, then cut off that one and peel that little bitty piece. With this one, I just use my potato peeler and I just go for it. So, but the ginger, the 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger grated, and I use my microplane for that, and 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Instead of cooking oil, I use the toasted sesame oil. It gives it a different flavor, and I'm matching the sesame oil, the flavors in the pot. I'm gonna make a sesame Asian salad, so it matches these flavors of the sesame ginger in this salad dressing. And this can also be used as a marinade, and this can also be used as a marinade. This is honey ginger. So the sesame ginger and the honey ginger poured together makes a nice sauce, or should I say dressing, for my Asian salad. Now, as Teresa said, sometimes I use broccoli. I put broccoli in here. It's very good with broccoli. It's also, you can use, you can put some bourbon in there, 3 tablespoons of bourbon, and mix it up, and it gives it a different flavor, but it's good too. So it just depends on, get creative. That's all I'm gonna say. Get creative. I like being creative with my cooking. That's why I give you all the recipe, and then I tell you what I'm gonna do. Because I always do something off kilter or different from the recipe, and that's how new recipes are born. You just experiment in your kitchen. If you don't like it, try a little bit, pour a little bit out of your bowl and put a little bit in there, and it's like, no, that don't taste good. Then don't add that ingredient to it. If you got your basic recipe and you want to try something new, start off with a little bit and try it, and then increase what you have in your bowl. If it's good to you, then work with it. I'm gonna let y'all see how this has thickened up and gotten all. See, it's starting to thicken up down there. I hope y'all saw that. Now, there we go. It's all yummy and good. Let's see, do I have any other questions? I think that was it. I think that was all the questions. Okay, cool. Let me look down at the bottom. Thank you, Mimi. Yes, I did it again. I did it again. All right, I'm done, and I will probably see you all on Saturday morning, where I'm going to make a Good Morning Sunshine breakfast casserole. So, I'll see you all Saturday morning. Thanks for watching and cooking with me.